All right, so I guess I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm using so you get an idea. I'm using this Easy Cast Clear Casting Epoxy Resin. You can get this off of Amazon. It's about, I want to say about 20 bucks. And I'll show you guys what this looks like on the inside. All right, so right here we have this is the Easy Cast resin. This is about a 16-ounce bottle. They do have smaller containers, smaller boxes. I think it's like 8 ounces, like if you want to do a smaller project or if you want to like do like a keychain. So that's that. And then also in the box, we have the Easy Cast hardener. I'm going to show you how I do this, and if you feel froggy, you can try and do it too. It's not hard. Just takes a little bit of measuring. So I'm going to show you what I'm measuring with. I got these little smaller cups. They have these little lines on it, and usually the way that I measure it, because they both have to be equal amounts of hardener and the resin in 2 different cups. So I use these lines on here to measure it. You can use the smaller lines, but what I do is I use the first line right here if I'm making like a smaller project, and then I use this top line for like what I'm about to do now. That's probably what I'm going to use now. So I will show you that. And then I also have these 2 cups to, once I put them in these cups, I'm going to mix them around, and then I will combine them both in one of these cups, and then you have to transfer them again. But I'll go through all that. You'll see all that as I'm going through. I have these square silicone molds that I got off of Amazon also. It came in like a 6-pack. They're not all the same size, but for what I was trying to do for the size of these cards that I'm actually going to be casting in a resin, I needed something big enough for the card to fit. So these are completely square, not expensive. I think it was like 10 bucks. And then I have a rectangular mold that I'm going to use also. One thing that you do want to do is you want to make sure that these are clean on the inside, like no hair, no dust and stuff like that. And just before you even start pouring anything in it. So that's that. And what I'm using to stir this with, I know there's a lot of videos that I've seen where they use like a popsicle stick. I didn't have any popsicle sticks, and I tried to use toothpicks, but that didn't work. So I'm just using a knife that I don't really need. I'm using the end of it, and as you can see, I've used it before. So it's coated in resin right now. And then after you're done casting whatever you want in these molds, you're going to want to cover it with something. What I'm using is plastic wrap, but you can use anything just to keep dust and stuff from falling inside of whatever you cast in your epoxy, because once it's in there, it's in there. You cannot get it out. So, all right, let's get started.